Okay, it's really dark out here at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, I'm just playing. It's 6 p.m. But this daylight savings time stuff, like, who are we saving the daylight for? Because it's definitely not us. Because it's dark all the time now. It's dark when I wake up and dark long before I go to sleep. So, I'm not sure who we're saving it for or where the daylight is going. But somebody got something messed up. Alright, here we go. We are on the way to go pick up my mother. And this is so close to me. Why is this so close? Pick up my mother and go to the Columbus Symphony Chamber Orchestra to hear Beethoven's Emperor. So, that's going to be fun. I'm excited. And I just feel like my last video got cut off way before I was done talking. I had so many things I wanted to talk about. I really need to start writing these things down because we are going to go straight. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Man, what were they? Wow. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to go that way. Dang it. Okay, what did I want to talk about? Okay, I've been watching a couple new shows recently that teach me a lot of stuff. Okay, so Naked Attraction. Does anybody watch it? It's on HBO Max. It is a very interesting, informative show. Man. If you are concerned or self-conscious about your body in any way, but you don't mind seeing the human body in its raw form, I highly recommend it. So, this is not at all what I was going to talk about, but the gist of the show is, it's like a dating show, but it's like no other. There is one person who is choosing a date, but they choose their date completely naked. There are 6 contestants that are like in these colored boxes. And so they start from the feet up to the rest of the body. So like the first round, they'll show their naked bodies from the feet up to their waist, right? Then the next round, and or whoever's guessing will have to eliminate one. Then the next round, they'll show their naked bodies up to the neck. And then they'll have to eliminate. And each round you have to eliminate more. And then finally, it is the rest of their body are shown on their face. But by that time, they've managed to go from 6 possible dates down to 4, I think. I think they get to see 4 of their full bodies before they're just kicked off the show if they don't choose them. And so by the end of the episode, the person choosing the date also has to get naked. So for the last 2, that person takes all their clothes off, comes out onto the floor, and sees the last two, and then finally picks the one that they go on a date with. And then they do a follow-up. Like, they'll do the date the very next day, and then they'll do a follow-up like 2 to 4 weeks later and see if they're still together or see if they're still talking. And sometimes that's the funniest fucking part, I swear to God, because, bro, like, this one on there today, this girl, like, okay, so they met up for they went to the game show. The next day they met up for the date. On the date, and they're recording them and everything. On the date, the dude admits that he went out the night before and his eyes were bloodshot and he didn't get home, or he didn't get back to his hotel till 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, bet he's having a great time, da-da-da. No, baby girl did not like that. She was like, oh, so that shows me where your priorities are. And I think that's, you know, basically kind of messed up that you would do that knowing we had this date today. And I was like, whoa, bro, whoa. She was really pretty too, so that like ruined it for me. But, it was so funny. And then some of them will come back and they're like in a full-blown relationship. Or some of them be ghosting each other, but they'll both still come back to the date. Sometimes they don't come back to the follow-up. So, like, the one person will come. Oh, this one little kid, he was on there. I felt so sad for him. He was sitting on the couch waiting for her to come in. And then the director was like, so we're sorry to inform you, but she decided not to come today. And he was like, oh. I'm like, dang. That's messed up. Anyway, it's really awesome. It tells you so much information about the human body, and it's just like, you know, we are all so different but yet have all the same parts, and it's just like we are so self-conscious for really no reason, and it's really, really neat to see the people that go in and how much more confident they are when they come out after the experience. And it's just, oh man, they teach you a lot of cool stuff. Like, for instance, let me think of one of the things they taught me today. That 90%, well, I knew this. I didn't realize that percentage was so high, but 90% of women's breasts, normally one is bigger than the other visibly. Over 90%. Like, what? That's crazy. There'd be some crazy looking people on there too, man. Whew. So, like, you know, I highly recommend it. If you have body insecurities, watch that, because there's always somebody out there that has something just a little bit quirkier than you. Oh, and it's based in London, so they like use all these different terminologies, and they're just very more body accepted. That's not really a word. Body tolerant. They're just more, just let me over, dude. Thank you. I need to get off. They're just like more in tune with the natural human body. And it's not so, actually in a lot of other countries, it's not, you know, such a twisted, dirty, you know, type of relation to the human body as in the U.S. I think it's just much more natural and accepting, and, you know, no body shame, because what? How are you going to shame somebody for something they totally have absolutely no control over whatsoever? And you probably got something weirder going on anyway, so what? But anyway, what are some other things I can think of? They just give you little statistics and studies and just scientific facts about stuff, and it's just really neat. I got hooked on it. Yeah, so that really wasn't at all what I was thinking about talking about, though. I guess we'll just take a little ride. Enjoy the silence. This looks really pixelated. My hair looks good. I cut it myself. What do y'all think? I totally cut it myself. All the way. I was pretty proud of myself this time. Sometimes I be messing it up a little bit. I literally cannot remember anything else I was thinking about talking about. I guess my little experiment, shall we say, with trying to combat my overactive brain and racing thoughts and just like blah, 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 all that stuff that's going on up there all the time. So that's really why I started these driving and talking videos, to try to just verbalize some of it out. And it really honestly puts you on the spot. I really sometimes cannot think of a single thing when I'm trying to. But let me hit this stop button and my mind will be going crazy. But I'm working on, you know, controlling that when I'm not recording myself. Oh, that scared me. Somebody just flashed their lights. I thought it was the boys. Woo! I do not need to deal with them anymore this month. Even though I freaking have court on the 12th. But it's going to go in my favor. I know. We're just going to leave that at that. Alright, so I haven't been to an orchestra in probably since I was a child and my mom took me, to be honest. So this is going to be pretty fun. I'm excited to experience something new. Hey, that's something. I heard this a long time ago, but did you know that just by listening to classical music actually stimulates brain cell growth? So just by listening to instrumental music, I think specifically classical, but probably all different types. But I think classical is like top notch. It actually makes you smarter. Like sitting there. Oh, I remember I was in choir and my choir the choir director took the whole choir to some type of classical, I want to say, I don't know what it was actually, but it was some type of orchestra, and yeah, he told us, I think I was like probably 10 or 11 then. It was like, just by sitting here, you're getting smarter, because at 10 or 11, most of us were not too thrilled about going to listen to Bach or Beethoven for 2 hours, however long it was. However, we did not realize the experience we were being offered. I wonder how many things we miss out on because we don't realize how great it will be. Or we just think, oh, I won't enjoy that, or that does not sound like a fun time to me. Or, you know, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, you don't really know how happy you can be until you're that happy. You don't really know how much you may like doing something. This guy doesn't have his lights on. Please don't go. Okay, he saw him. You don't really know how much you will enjoy doing like a specific activity until you try doing the activity. You don't know how much you'll like a food until you try the food, regardless of what it looks like or what our brain tells us we may assume about ourselves. So I wonder how many, well, I shouldn't be wondering that. I should be just seizing every opportunity, even if it seems like something that is not up my alley or something that I won't like or enjoy doing or like the taste of, because you don't know until you know. You really don't know until you know. Isn't that crazy? And the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. Think about that for a second. You don't know until you know. And the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. It's so true. It's so crazy. It's like, you would think the smarter you get, the more knowledge you have from like this, you know, this base of whatever there is to learn about. But no, because until you get this smart, you don't realize that there's even this smarter to get. And until you get this smart, you don't realize that there's even this smarter to get or this much more to learn. And so like literally you are learning more, but you're also learning that there is more to learn. Like what? This is the type of stuff that runs through my head constantly. I know I can't be the only one. I know. Please, somebody comment and just tell me that y'all just really get on these rabbit hole train of thoughts and just go. Because, listen, honey, listen. But, unfortunately, I am at my stop, so we're going to have to pick this up at a later date. Talk to you later.